I did use quite a bit of alcohol. That was an every night occurrence. You were getting rocketed day and night, and so after a while, you got to rely on something to get you to sleep, and you could hear, like say, you can hear them shooting, for outgoing, and you knew exactly what was going, and then, but if you heard one incoming, there was something almost the same. It sounded exactly the same, except for when it hit, there was a little cracking sound. And no matter, you could be dead asleep, and you'd wake up right away. They blew up the barracks. I got a piece of shrapnel across my leg, and then I got one in my stomach. And it was after I left Vietnam. They took X-rays of me, and they found out that I had some shrapnel in my stomach. But I never did go to the doctor, because I see, when they blew up the barracks, they seen guys that were, with their parts of their head blown off, and it was quite a mess. It was a 122 rocket. The 122 is about 6 feet 6 inches long, and maybe 6 inches in diameter. Yeah, and there would have been probably a lot more people killed if it was just lucky. It came through the barracks. It went into the part of the sidewalk, and the sidewalk stopped quite a bit of the from metal from going out. I went from Vietnam. I went to Germany, and I did quite a bit of drinking while I was over there. I didn't realize, I had a problem. I didn't think it was much of a problem to myself, but I did drink quite a bit. And then I went back to Vietnam again, and we did the same thing, drinking all the time. And then I left from there. I went to Thailand, and like I said, kept on drinking. And then I left Thailand. Came here to Minnesota, and I'd go to the NCO club, practically every night. And then I met my wife, and my wife didn't drink or smoke. So after a while, I just started laying off the alcohol. So I was still drinking some, but I pretty much quit. And then I got married, and I decided to, quit altogether. Because I didn't think I needed, the alcohol anymore. So my wife was there to help. Everybody needs help, whether they know it or not. Like I said, I didn't realize that I needed help, but until I met my wife, and get somebody that you can talk to and try to get away from what you've been doing. Like say if you're on drugs or alcohol or whatever, you can try to get away from that way.